What's up, guys? It's JoyaSportsNetwork over here with Jose Miramontes and John Acuna. Let's get it going. First up, we got basketball. Clint Capella has officially went to the Atlanta Hawks. Finally, Trae Young has some help. That's all I got to say in regards to that.
The Rockets are going to get slaughtered every single game they play. They don't have any more big men. Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, what? They expect Harden to block everything now? Is that what they want?
Yeah, and they got Chandler, but, I mean, like, even Clint Capella couldn't even come up with, like, as much as points and rebounds as, like, with, like, Tyson Chandler does, but, yeah.
They're big menless.
They're big menless right now. They're playing with small men. They resorted to small men basketball. They don't have any big men. Only Tyson Chandler.
I guess you could say Atlanta kind of won this trade. Future-wise, hopefully next season they'll be better built and build a better team around Trae Young. And then Houston is big manless, as we say.
And Trae Young's got a new, well, he's got Clint Capella, and so that's kind of a duo that I want to see too. You know, we got these duos coming out, like the Mavericks with Porzingis and Luka, and then with the Lakers, LeBron and AD. And now Atlanta, they got Clint Capella and Trae Young, and I'm excited to see what that's going to come in the future.
Yeah.
It's gonna look
Good
nice.
trade.
It's going to look nice. Next up, we got Andre Iguodala going to Miami Heat. He has finally left Memphis.
He
My bad.
Heat from the beginning. The Heat from the beginning were a dangerous team. To be honest, I feel like the addition of Andre Iguodala, it helps them in a way. It's not all that bad. Iguodala's a good player. He didn't play. I don't think he played a single game of the season, did he?
No, he didn't want to play with
Yeah,
Memphis.
he didn't want to play with Memphis. So, him going to Miami, I feel like that's probably going to spark him to want to do better. He's actually going to play, with a good team. He has Jimmy Butler. I don't know any more players from the Heat, but yeah. And the Heat are a good team overall. So, and him knowing that they're a playoff contender, he'll probably do really good. Motivate him. But I feel like the Heat, they did a good job on acquiring Iguodala. Not gonna lie.
Good pickups.
Yeah.
And the Heat are like a young team right now.
Yeah.
And so with Andre Iguodala being in the league for quite a while,
He has that better.
he's got that veteran experience behind his under his belt, and with the Warriors and him going to the championships and winning, he can kind of guide the young players into what it would be like when he was on the Warriors.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I couldn't agree less with Buffy. And he also has that championship experience. He already has a few rings with the Warriors, right? How many?
Yeah.
does he have? Two?
A couple already, right?
He has a couple.
Yeah.
And that Heat team is stacked up
Mhm.
with many young, bright names. So I feel that is a championship contender team in the East. What do you
Yeah.
guys say?
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
good.
that's going to be some good motivation, as Jose said for him. Next up, we got a question: is Derrick Rose getting traded? Where do we think he will end up? I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Detroit just wants to trade everyone at this point. They
Probably.
want to get rid of Andre Drummond, one of their best
star player.
Yeah, their star players, and they want to also get rid of Derrick Rose, who also goes off some games too. He does really good, good player. Ever since last year, I don't think he did that well, but this year he definitely he's outshining. He's pretty good. There was rumors of him going to LA, and but I don't know. Well, he's a good player. I feel like any team that picks him up, that's a good addition to the team, because Derrick Rose is a good player.
The spot that he's at right now with the Pistons, he's doing relatively good.
Yeah.
With the Pistons, he's putting up good numbers. Not as when he was a rookie for the Bulls, but I mean he's doing pretty good. He's doing decent. I don't know why they would trade him, but maybe it's because he's getting older. Maybe it's they want to bring in that young core into the Pistons and help out Blake Griffin too. But I don't know why they would trade him. I think he's good here with the Pistons. And I don't think I see him going anywhere else. I think he's comfortable here.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. I don't see him going anywhere else. I mean, he was linked to my Lakers, but I don't see it happening, to be honest with you. Not for Kuzma. I expect him to stay over there at Detroit. I don't know. I don't know what Detroit's management has in plan for the long run. If they're trying to trade their star player, I have no idea what's happening over there right now. But we'll see what happens in the future with the Pistons. Next up, we got D'Angelo Russell. Is D'Angelo Russell getting traded away from the Warriors tonight?
Ooh.
He has many
He's
teams.
He's their best player. I don't understand why they would get rid of him. To be honest,
He did have that injury though that kind of put him off for like a little bit of time.
yeah,
But him coming back now, I mean, he's like not like the best player in the league right now, but he's doing decent. He's doing pretty good. And I don't know. I think with the Warriors' state of mind right now, and losing Stephen Curry and not having Klay Thompson, I think D'Angelo Russell is like one of their only like shots of them actually like rebounding back. And I think I would say that D'Angelo Russell still stays at the Warriors, maybe until Klay and Curry like get better and they're a healthier team now. So yeah, I would say that he would just stay in the Warriors for the remainder of the season.
I agree with you.
I don't know. Bro. We'll see what happens because I expect next year for them to. Because next year all their stars come back. No, they're gonna get.
Yeah, they would come back.
Thompson
I mean, there's talks of one of them coming back. Maybe Curry.
Maybe Curry, but I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna get that playing time that's needed for him to shine in San Francisco, Golden State. So I expect them to either get traded now or at some point later before the season starts. Next up, we got the Super Bowl reactions. Super Bowl. You want to announce what teams we were going for? Starting with Jose. My guy Jose first.
So I was going for the Niners, of course. Disappointment. I expected I expected the Niners to do better than they did the second half, but it was a good game. It was a really good Super Bowl. Like honestly, I enjoyed it. It was way better than last year's. Way better than last year's. Kansas City they play really good. Pat Mahomes he did phenomenal. The first half he did a bit iffy. Throwing a bit of picks. But overall, he did really good. At the end, he showed up. He turned up for them actually, and he led them to the victory. That comeback, and it was just a very good. It was a good game, and I was honestly pretty happy to see Pat Mahomes win it, even though I was going for the 49ers. I was happy to see him win it, and their coach too, Andy Reid. A coach that's been in the NFL for a lot of years. It just made me happy seeing him finally win a Super Bowl. And yeah, it was a good game. Well played to the Chiefs. I went for the 49ers. It's all right. But yeah, overall, it's just a good Super Bowl, in my opinion.
The team I was going for were the Chiefs. And I know a few of my friends, too, they were going for 49ers. But, I mean, from the start, I would think, credit to both teams. Both teams did pretty good, okay? I admit San Fran was winning the game, and they had the first half on lock. But Kansas City, they didn't score any points in the third quarter. And at that point, I was all like, okay, you know what? San Fran's probably going to take it. But I still had faith in the Chiefs. And so that's when the Chiefs, one thing led to another. The run game was on point. That 40-yard throw from Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill, that's kind of like what sparked it to get back into the game. And towards the end of the fourth quarter, that's when the comeback Chiefs made their comeback. And that's when they won it, 31-20.
Yeah, first off, I want to congratulate both teams. They both deserve to be there, and they gave us a way better Super Bowl than last year. Chiefs deserved it. Mahomes deserved it. Andy Reid deserved it to finally have a Super Bowl after all these years in his career. And it was a great game overall. Yeah, you can't count out the comeback kings, though. This is, I think all their games, starting from the playoffs, they made a comeback from 10 points and up. And I had complete faith in the Chiefs. I was expecting a comeback in that Mahomes magic. It popped up fourth quarter. They dropped 21 on the 49ers on the fourth quarter. That's when I knew it was wraps. But yeah, overall, congrats to both teams. Next up, we got Football, soccer. Emre Can to Dortmund. As a Juventus fan, I guess this move had to happen because he was mad that he wasn't getting enough playing time, and it just had to go through. I wish him the best of luck at Dortmund. Dortmund's a very good team that develops young players and sells them for a lot of money. So that's a proven team that provides really good young talent with a great home.
I didn't know much about Chan. I knew that he wasn't happy with the minutes he had at Juventus. But then yet again, Juve is a very competitive team. You guys are very stacked in midfield. I know that for a fact. So from the jump, it's not easy going to Juventus and expecting that starting, the starting position, especially with Chan, a pretty known footballer, in Juventus, you have to work for that starting spot, especially not just because you're a known figure, you're gonna get that starting spot. You had to work. You had to work for it. And Chan, he didn't have that starting spot. And he wasn't happy with it, so he decided to leave. Well, he's going to Dortmund now. Well, Dortmund's a really good team, like you mentioned. They're really good in developing young talent. He still has a couple of years in him. I don't think this is the end of him. He does really good in Dortmund. You never know. He could go to another big team, or he could stay at Dortmund. Win a couple of trophies with them. Because Dortmund right now is a pretty good team, especially with the addition of Haaland, who's doing phenomenal with them. He's doing really good. If anything, I say he should just stay at Dortmund because Dortmund, it looks like they're honestly a really good team right now. They just have to, there's a couple factors they just have to fix for them to be one of the top. But yeah, him going to Dortmund I feel like it was a good move for him. You never know. He could probably be one of the best midfielders in Dortmund. You never know. Yeah.
Next up, we got Florenzi going to Valencia. To begin, Florenzi was born in Rome, started in Rome. I never expected this move to happen and for him to leave Rome. I don't know how all the AS Roma fans are feeling about this move, but it is what it is. I wish him the best at Valencia. Valencia's a really good team. I believe they're in the Champions League, round 16, right? They're facing Atalanta. Who knows? We'll see what happens with him over there.
What was the situation at AS Roma? Was there any problems with him?
I think he wanted more money.
More money?
Yeah, more money, and the club wasn't willing to meet his wage commands and.
But his playing time was everything.
His playing time. I don't think he was starting a lot.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he lost his rhythm.
What does he play? What position?
Right back.
Right back?
Yeah, right back and sometimes midfielder.
Him going to Valencia's a good team. You can't deny it. They've always been contenders for La Liga. They have very good players. Rodrigo, Condobia, Guedes too. They have good players. Valencia's a good team too. They're competing for. Are they still in Champions right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in Champions too. It's a Champions team, and the addition of Florenzi, I feel like it's good for Valencia. One thing that they do need to improve on a bit is their defense, and I feel like Florenzi going to Valencia was probably a good move. If anything, Valencia probably benefit from this move because Florenzi is a really good. He's a good right back. Valencia they just gained a good right back, which is really really good for them, and I feel like Florenzi will probably do good. He has that Champions experience too, so of course he'll be doing good with Valencia.
Next up, we got Paco Alcacer going to Villarreal. Paco was a very the first time I heard about Paco was at Barcelona. Jose wasn't quite fond of him, but then he went to Dortmund,
and he started
this man was a different player. He was scoring like crazy, and he was doing really good. And now he's moved back to Spain, and he's back to Villarreal.
Mm-hmm.
Did he play there before, or what did he play for?
No, before he played at. To be honest, I don't remember what team he played for.
No, it was Valencia.
I think it was Valencia. Yeah, he was playing for Valencia. He was really good at Valencia too. He was turning up. He had he had a big goal tally when he was in Valencia, and then that's when Barca bought him. And then many Barca fans were happy because he wasn't turning up. And then that's when we decided to sell him. I think to to Dortmund, and then when he was at Dortmund, that's when he started doing really good. And there was even speculation that Barca was going to try to get him back because he was doing really good, but that didn't happen. So now he went to Villarreal. Villarreal is also another good team. They've had history of developing a lot of players. And then him going to Villarreal, I feel like that helps the team a bit. Because Paco Garcia, he's a good striker. Don't get me wrong. Even though he had his bad episode in Barcelona, he's a good striker. He's consistent. He's 26, so he still has a few years in him. So I feel like yeah, it's a good move for Villarreal.
Next up, finally the deal happened, the long-awaited deal for Manchester United fans. Bruno Fernandes to Manchester United. After the long wait, he is finally a Man U player. Don't really know much about him, but I do know that in the Portuguese league, he was one of the best players with the most assists and goals combined. So we'll see what he can provide to the midfield along Pogba and the rest of the players they got over there, because Man U's in need of this desperate help.
Yeah, Man U needs help, desperate help. They need anything they can get at this point. Because, Man U, right now, they're not doing very hot. I don't like Man U, as many of you guys know. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes, he's a good player. I've heard a couple things about him, saying that he's really good. I haven't seen him play personally, but I do know that he's a good player. He's young too, 25 years from Portugal. At Sporting, he was a complete monster. One of the best players that they had. And him going to Manchester United, I feel like Manchester United is in a good direction right now. Gaining Bruno Fernandes, they need desperate help, like I said before. Honestly, any player that they can gain is good for them. I don't know I don't know personally if them gaining that midfielder is gonna get them back up. I feel like they still need that striker, I don't like Man U, so I don't have much to say about this.
He doesn't like Man U.
I don't like Man U.
Last transfer we got is Piatek going to Hertha Berlin. Kind of disappointed this move happened, because this guy, before he came to AC Milan, he played for Genoa. He turned up at Genoa with a lot of goals, and he was looked at as the next big thing for AC Milan, and they got him. But they say there's a curse of wearing the number 9 jersey at AC Milan since Inzaghi was the last player to turn up on that jersey and do a really good job wearing that jersey. I don't know if the pressure got to him with that jersey, because honestly, the AC Milan jersey does come with a lot of history, and it comes with a lot of weight as well. So I don't know if it got to him, and that ruined his form, because he wasn't the same player he was at Genoa. But now he's making this move to Germany, where his former compatriot Lewandowski is at as well. So, and he's doing this because he wants to be fresh for the Euros. Hopefully, this is the right move for him. But yeah.
Piatek, I've heard, Piatek at the beginning of the season, or I'm not sure if it was this season or a couple seasons ago, he started off really hot with AC Milan. At one point, and like you said, AC Milan's a really, really big club. They gained Ibra too. I'm not sure how many strikers do AC Milan play. Do they play with one only?
Yeah, one main striker.
Yeah, and then them gaining Ibra kind of, it kind of left Piatek out of the picture. Even though right now Ibra is injured, I do believe so. He still wanted to leave. And like you said, AC Milan's a big club. It comes with a lot of responsibility too. So, and then, Piatek, he's a good striker. Now he went to Germany, where, like you said, Lewandowski's there too. I feel like, if anything, Lewandowski's probably like not a motivation, how do you say it? He's probably one of the figures that he looks up to, because he's Polish too, and he's played with him before. So if anything, he'll probably learn a few things from him. And I feel like him going to Hertha Berlin is a good move, because Berlin are in needs of a striker too. And he's most likely going to be the star player of the team.
Hopefully.
And how old is he? I know he's pretty young.
What I heard.
This is crazy.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Antonio Brown. I feel like he could probably work his way back to the NFL.
At this point, he's desperate.
Yeah,
I mean,
desperate.
this is like a desperate person trying to bring up his like image again. I mean,
It's tough right now. For him, it's really tough.
Mm-hmm.
From what I heard,
I've-
Logan Paul sent him 2 offers and he rejected them because he said it wasn't enough money. But from
Yeah.
what I heard, it was a lot of money.
He wants. Of course, he's gonna want the money.
Yeah.
This is disappointing because Antonio Brown has tremendous talent, and I feel like any team could use his services. And for him to resort to doing this is.
Do you guys think he'll make it back to the NFL? I feel like he can. If
He will.
does-
He's
if-
young enough,
he can,
and
he gets his
he
stuff
got.
together.
How old is he? I know he's not
I
that.
think he's like
yeah.
he's in his 20s.
Late
Oh
20s.
my god! For a man like this,
In his
to let his
prime.
career go.
He's in his. Oh no, he's 30.
Oh, he's 31.
and he's a wide receiver.
He's in his prime.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's in his.
It's such a shame to see such a good player like this go to waste. Trying to fight Logan Paul.
These are his best years right now.
Oh my god, man! At this point, expect anyone to fight anybody. Honestly, expect
Mm-hmm.
Clint Capella to want to fight Kemba Walker. You could expect that. That's how unbelievable it is at this point. Anybody wants to box anybody at this point.
Yeah.
He bucks Mark.
Soon.
Next up, we got Jake Paul versus Anderson Gibb. Fight reactions.
Oh man, this is probably like
This is
a really bad fight that
horrible.
I've ever seen.
That was horrible.
One of the worst fights I've seen in my life. Anderson Gibb, you straight finesse yourself into fighting this man, but you didn't prove yourself at all. Like, disappointing, bro. We're all rooting for you.
I know, and you had to support a majority of the people from the U.S. because no one likes Jake Paul.
And we gotta identify the elephant in the room. What was that stance that he was doing?
That stance is what messed him up.
Yes.
I feel like it was that stance. That was like the most weirdest stance I've seen anybody use.
Got
Like,
him knocked down
with
3
that
times.
stance, you could lose your balance over anything.
Of
Anyone
course, yeah.
can blow wind on you and you lose stance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm,
like I don't
mhm.
understand.
Knocked down 3 times
Oh,
in the
he
first
got
round.
knocked out 3 times.
First round stoppage. Very disappointing. We expected better.
Oh.
This was not good.
And now Jake Paul, since he won, he wants to fight KSI now.
Is Jake Paul versus KSI happening?
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
It'll happen, but I don't think in the future.
Yeah,
He'll probably because I watched the video and someone made a good point. He doesn't have KSI doesn't have to fight him now. He could wait as long as he wants because he's a champion, and Jake Paul is the one that's challenging. So KSI, it's his call.
I mean, yeah, but the people want to see like the fight.
I-
And Jake Paul didn't
what-
even get beat up by Anderson
Also-
Gibb.
But
So
they,
also-
they are gonna see the fight.
Yeah,
I give it a year's time.
yeah.
I give it
So
either
case-
years, even maybe like 2 years.
Yeah, so KSI.
To
can
be
take off his
honest,
bulking.
that's like the less.
Yeah, he's bulking.
He's
right
bulking right now.
now. Yeah, he's bulking. That's always been an excuse. But yeah.
The next one's gonna get John very happy.
No, yes.
LA fans in
David
general happy.
Price to the Dodgers.
Yep. We got David Price and Mookie Bettis. But on the other hand, we did lose Kenta Maeda to the Minnesota Twins. And we also lost Jock Peterson to the Angels.
That one hurt, especially.
So that one hurt a lot. And Jock Peterson, he was doing hella good. I mean, like, he was doing pretty good. He was one of the stars on the Dodgers. And
Wait, who did
Yeah.
they? Wait, why did they give him to the Angels?
I think it was I think what they did was the Angels got they got like the Dodgers traded the Jock Peterson for like a pitcher, I think.
Oh.
Or no, it was they traded him for an infielder called Luis. His name's Luis Rengufo.
He has to be good for us to give up Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, let's see what.
Venezuela, 22-year-old youngster.
Oh, he's a youngster. Maybe.
What are his averages? Let's see. 238. Is he like a rookie?
I think
he's like
he
a
is.
rookie,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's a rookie.
Okay.
He's 22.
All right.
Hey, you never know.
We never know.
He could probably be
Mhm.
like one of the best players that the Dodgers
Mhm.
traded for. Yeah. And as LA fans, this is very.
This is
last year was
intense.
very
Mhm.
disappointing too.
It was.
It was one of the years we were supposed to
Past
take
years.
it. It was expected that we were
Yeah.
supposed to take it, and now adding these players,
Yeah.
I feel like. You never know.
Yeah,
This could be the year.
This could be the year. Ultimately, I think this could be the year.
Yeah.
We got Mookie Bettis. We still got the team that we had for like the past 2 years
Yeah.
that made it to the World
and
Series.
Their star player.
And we got what's it called? We got robbed of the Astro ones.
We got robbed.
Yeah.
We got robbed of that one. We could have possibly got robbed with the Red Sox, but then again, the Red Sox were a better team, and Mookie Betts is from the Red Sox, so he's one of the star players from that Red Sox. Also, David Price too. Getting them, and this just builds up the Dodgers. This builds up for us to win the World Series, and ultimately, I think this is gonna be a good
year for
year.
Dodger baseball.
We're taking it.
And the first game that we're having against is the
We're taking it.
for the spring training is gonna be the Giants, the SF Giants. We got history with them.
Giants.
LA fans right here.
LA fans.
LA.
LA. All right, but
Never mind. I was gonna try to do it, but never mind.
and we'll see if Mookie Betts and David Price have their debuts with the Dodgers in those games in spring training. But we are gonna see them later on in the regular season, and I think it's gonna be great. I think it's going to be a good year for the Dodgers.
Good year for Dodgers. And baseball season's coming back.
Baseball season's coming back.
We're winning.
Yeah.
With that being said, it was a good video today, boys.
Yeah.
And with that being said, Joya Sports Network with 50 subscribers. We're out. We didn't cuss, so Mark will have to edit any.